From Kenmore Square to Babcock Street, there are more than 20 places on the Boston University campus where students can get coffee or energy drinks, including 4 Starbucks and 3 Dunkin' Donuts. But with so many ways to get a caffeine fix, is it possible to ingest too much?
You know, nowadays, caffeine is now infused in so many of these energy drinks that you can really have too much.
And too much caffeine can lead to an overdose. According to an article by the American Academy of Pediatrics, symptoms of too much caffeine include nervousness, irritability, insomnia, heart palpitations, paralysis, and seizures.
And that's going to be very different depending on the individual, but for the most part, you would have to ingest a lot of caffeine. So on average, say, a cup of coffee, 6 to 8 ounce cup of coffee is about 175 milligrams. And when we're talking about levels that are going to put you in the hospital, you're talking like 25 grams. So that's like 25 cups of coffee or 40 cups of coffee. I mean, that's a lot.
But for Santiago Gomez, it only took 5 cups.
I was studying for an AP exam my senior year. It was for a practice AP exam. And I woke up early at night, probably like around 3 a.m. in the morning to keep studying. I prepared about 5 cups of really, really strong Colombian coffee, like to the point where the cup would be a couple feet away from me and you can smell the caffeine.
Gomez continued to study and took the exam in the morning. He says he felt fine until a few hours later.
When things started to go wrong was when I had a pop quiz in my band class, pop playing quiz, and I just couldn't get my notes out. I couldn't play well, and I knew something was wrong because I'm a good musician, so something's really wrong right now, and started having really hard, heavy heart palpitations.
His mother picked him up and took him to the hospital, where doctors monitored his vitals to make sure he wouldn't have a heart attack. Gomez says his decision to go to the hospital stemmed from his family history of heart conditions. Although it's rare, caffeine overdoses can lead to death. The American Academy of Pediatrics cites Germany and Ireland as the only 2 countries whose poison control centers have reported energy drink-related deaths. U.S. poison control centers haven't tracked energy drink-related incidents, though, because, quote, exposures were coded as caffeine or multi-substance exposures and were combined with other caffeine sources, end quote.
These energy drinks can have 2 and 3 cups of equivalent of cups of coffee in their caffeine content. And also they often are consumed much more quickly than coffee because coffee is hot. So you can quickly overconsume these and start getting some of these symptoms.
But experts say there are much safer and healthier ways to get energy than to consume caffeinated beverages.
You get your energy from food, and you should get it from whole foods, whole grains and fruits and vegetables.
The thing that's really going to give you the most energy is an effective amount of sleep, which for college students is actually 9 or so hours.
Gomez says he no longer drinks coffee to study all night and also says he avoids energy drinks. For BUTV 10, I'm Katie Callaway.